just come back. We just come back from Wales. Now, in Wales, ram raiding got a completely different meaning. Because we was up in North Wales, and in North Wales, you got these beautiful little villages, Llangollen, Llandegla, right up in the North Wales. And it come to this beautiful village. It was gorgeous. And the cottages surround the village green. It was just like someone off the front of a chocolate box. And in the middle of the green was the well. And in years gone by, I'm sure all the villagers came to the well for their daily water. And the well is still there. It's not used, but it's all restored. And I thought, I wonder how deep that well is. And I threw a stone down. I thought, Christ, I never heard the splash. I thought, shit, that's bloody deep. I must get something bigger. Well, there was a railway sleeper. He was about 12 foot long and wet, and I dragged this sleeper over, and they got my shoulder, and I tipped it bit by bit, and they got this sleeper crashing down the well, but out the corner of my eye, a goat, the bastard tried to kill me. He put his horns down, and he comes straight for me, a goat, shit. Well, I jump out the way, and this goat, he jumped straight down the well. I just saw his asshole disappear in the distance. A goat. He gone. Well, a fella come walking across the green. He said, good morning. I said, I said, good morning. He said, you haven't seen a goat? I said, no. Well, he said, he can't be gone very far. He's tied to a sleeper. We got him. I went to the doctor. I said, I think my wife is deaf. He said, well, how deaf is she? I said, I don't know. He said, well, I'll tell you what to do. When you get home, stand 20 feet away and say, what's for dinner, dear? And if she don't answer, go to 15 feet, then say, what's for dinner, dear? And keep moving 5 feet every time. And tell me how far you're away when she actually answered. I said, right, I'll do that. So I got home, I said, what's for dinner, dear? Nothing. So I got to 15 feet. I said, what's for dinner, dear? Nothing. I got to 10 feet. What's for dinner, dear? Nothing. I got to 5 feet. I said, what's for dinner, dear? She said, I've told you 4 bloody times, chicken. And I come home, and I found her in the bed with my mate, and I shot the bugger. She said, if you keep doing that, you won't have any friends left. But I was coming up tonight, and I run over a dog, and the lady, I took her to the lady, she said, well, I said, I have hit him bad. Well, she took him into the vet, and I stayed with her, and the vet said, I may have to amputate his legs. But he said, I'll do my best. Well, he was 2.5 hours, and he came out, and he said, I'm afraid I've had to remove the back legs of your dog. She said, well, how's he going to get around? He said, I've sewn on 2 empty Coke cans. Have you heard this one? You bloody will when he passed your place. But I was on one of these sleeper trains, and I'm in the sleeper in the bunks of the woman. I don't know her. She's a nice enough lady. I don't know her. I said, well, look, I'll sleep on top there. She's a nice lady. I don't know. Well, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I said, darling, you wouldn't be an angel and hand me up a blanket. I'm bloody freezing up here. She said, I got a better idea. Let's pretend we're husband and wife just for the night. I said, that's bloody brilliant. I said, I'll go for that. She said, well, get out and get your own bloody blanket, you lazy fat bastard. I was in. I was in Wimborne this morning. In Wimborne now, what you got to do? If you park the car, you got to put in a pound and get a ticket. Well, I didn't have a pound, but there was a gents' toilet in the car park. I thought I'll ask one of the nice men that's piddling if they'll lend me a pound. Well, when I got in the toilet, there's only one man in there piddling, and that poor bugger only got one arm. So all his hands was full, see, wasn't it? And he's in Wimborne having the piss with one arm, and I want to borrow a pound, and he only got one arm in Wimborne. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you what the bugger's like. I'll show you what he's like. This is what he's like. I said, you haven't got a pound I'm going to have mate park the car. He said, I only got one arm. I said, well, surely to Christ, you can find a pound, I'll have a ticket in a minute, I'll have a bloody fine. He said, for Christ's sake. I went in the bloody shop over here, and the woman, and she got the cake shop, and I said, how much is a cake? She said, they're all a pound. Any packet is a pound. So I said, well, all right. I said, I'll have that packet there. So I took a bag, and they give her a pound. She said, it's £2.50. I said, you told me everything in here is a pound. She said, that's Madeira cakes. Oh, no. I went to see my mate, and his wife is bloody gorgeous, dark-haired and bloody gorgeous she is. Well, I knocked the door. She said, come in. She said, he's away. Well, Christ. Well, I got in. She had nothing on but a see-through negligee. You could see her trapper's hat. Christ. Good heavens, I said. She said, and she put her arms around, she got her hand down my trousers. Well, I left and went out through the door, I did. When I got outside, I met her husband. He came out of the garage. He said, Jethro, he said, you're a real friend, you are. He said, a man to come in with my beautiful wife and have a chance like that and to be walking away. He said, you're a really a fine mate. And he said, I wouldn't have many friends in my life. He said, like you. He said, I would trust you now. He said, after that, with my life. Now, the moral of this story is, always keep your condoms in the car. Little town, always remember, when I was only 6 years old, I came home and I found a man in the bed with my mother. And I said, look out, Father's coming up the stairs. And this man, he grabbed me, I don't know who he was, and he pulled me in the wardrobe and shut the door. I was only 6, well, I was that eye and he was that eye. I said, what's looking in my eye here? I said, it's bloody dark in here, isn't it? He said, shut up. I said, it is bloody dark, isn't it? It's bloody dark. He said, shut up. He said, I'll bloody kick you in the bollocks. I said, it's bloody dark in here, isn't it? He said, I'm telling you for the last... I thought, I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, if you give me £1,000, I'll keep quiet. Because if I don't, Father will bloody kill you, and you give me £1,000. I said, bloody dark in here. Well, see, Father caught me with this money. He said, where you steal this money from? I said, well, business is picking up a bit. I'm up about 4% this week. He said, you stole that money. And he said, you got to go to confession and tell the man where you stole that money from. And I had to go to confession, and never been. Well, he put me in, and the man opened a little trap hatch. I said, it's bloody dark in here, isn't it? He said, you bastard, don't start that again.